Hi from the Odee Company. This is a video to discuss embossing and debossing and printing. Both of these words are letterpress terms. This is a letterpress machine that we use in printing. It describes the terms embossing and debossing as being pushing of paper to a level that is different than the original level of the actual paper. Both of these terms are used in conjunction with offset and or digital printing. It's basically done with a die and a counter die. This would be a die, this would be the counter die. These two things fit inside each other. The paper is actually squeezed between them and we apply heat. The die is mounted on the platen. Counter die is mounted on the opposite platen, and this machine basically sits there and opens and shuts. It's basically a clamshell type press. Embossing is basically where you push the level of the image up above the original level of the paper. So embossing, another way to look at it would be is if you're walking along on the ground and all of a sudden you have to step up, that's embossing. Debossing would be where the die actually pushes the image down below the original surface image of the paper. So again, in uses of the terms, if you're walking along and all of a sudden fell in a hole, that's debossing. We do this by uses of dies. Again, this is the die and the counter die, and that's what's going to raise or lower the image that we're using on the sheet. There are different materials that we can use in the dies. This is actually a brass die. This is by far the most durable, also will last the longest. You're going to use this if you're doing multi-level, if you're in a situation where you're going to be doing something over and over, or you have a long run. Brass would be the next level, I'm sorry, copper would be the next level down. It is less expensive, will not stand up to quite as many impressions, but is still a pretty durable type die. The die that you can use for shorter run type things is a magnesium die. You're only going to be able to do a single level, and it's going to be more of a one-use type die. We do this, you heard me talk about multi-level and single level. Multi-level would be if you're actually trying to do, say, a 3D image, like if you're trying to emboss somebody's face. You want the nose to be one level, cheeks to be another, ears to be another level, so that you can see that 3D look effect. That's multi-level. Single level would be is if let's say for instance we were trying to emboss just a line of type or a logo, and we're just trying to raise it up to one level. We also use heat in conjunction with embossing and debossing. That's used so that basically we can iron the texture of the paper out to where we've got more contrast between the actual original level of the paper and the embossed or debossed level. Talking about papers, there's a couple of types of papers that we will use. You have coated and uncoated, and there's some considerations that you need to use in both those papers. On coated, it has a clay coating. You're not going to be able to emboss quite as deeply, and basically what it means is that before you actually cut through that clay coating, you've got to keep it a lower level. On uncoated paper, you can emboss much deeper. You can do more multi-level type embossing, that kind of thing. So you have a lot more flexibility on an uncoated or a textured type paper. Hope this helps in understanding the difference between embossing and debossing as it applies in printing. If you need any more information, you can contact us. We're at odeecompany.com. Thank you.